Dear friends, have you ever wondered about the secrets hidden behind the symbols of Buddhism? Why do millions of people around the world find inspiration in these ancient signs? Today, we will delve into the world of Buddhist symbols and discover 8 auspicious signs that not only adorn Buddhist temples and monasteries, but also carry profound meanings. The Buddha was never perceived as a god or deity, and the symbols associated with him emerged after his death as a way to express his teachings, Dharma, through art. Although the Buddha lived in the 6th century BCE, art inspired by Buddhism did not emerge in India until more than 3 centuries later. The Buddha himself actively used various images and symbols in his teachings to make his ideas accessible and understandable to all. Buddhist symbols are numerous, each unique and conveying a distinct message. Among the earliest and most well-known symbols of Buddhism are the Dharma wheel and the Lotus Flower. As Buddhism spread across Asia and divided into various traditions and schools, Buddhist symbols became more widespread. In Buddhism, there are 8 auspicious symbols, or Ashtamangala in Sanskrit, which represent the teachings of the Buddha and important spiritual concepts underlying Buddhist philosophy. These symbols, which originated in ancient India and were associated with the coronations of kings, were later adopted by Buddhism. You might not be familiar with some of these symbols, but they are present in every school of Buddhism, both in decorative art and as reminders of the Buddha's teachings. Let's learn more about these 8 auspicious symbols. One of the most well-known Buddhist symbols is the Dharmachakra, or the Wheel of Dharma. This symbol is perhaps the most recognizable and significant in Buddhism, as it represents the teachings of the Buddha. Typically, the Dharma wheel is depicted with 8 spokes and 3 swirls at its center, symbolizing the Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path and the 3 jewels of Buddhism: the Buddha, the teacher; the Dharma, the teachings; and the Sangha, the community. The rim of the wheel signifies the ability to unify all teachings through the practice of meditation. Symbols of the wheel were found in ancient India, but the earliest depictions of the Dharma wheel were discovered on pillars erected by Emperor Ashoka, 268 to 232 BCE. Emperor Ashoka, a devout Buddhist, built these pillars to spread the Buddha's teachings throughout his land. Today, the Dharma wheel is used to represent the Buddhist religion, much like the cross represents Christianity, and the Star of David represents Judaism. 2. The endless knot. The endless knot symbolizes the cycle of birth and rebirth. It features an intricate pattern of looping, interwoven lines that fold and twist to create a complex and beautiful design. It is believed that the design of the endless knot originated from an ancient Indian symbol of 2 intertwined snakes. The knot holds many meanings. It represents samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and it also teaches about the interconnectedness of all things. 3. The Lotus Flower. The lotus flower is one of the most recognizable symbols in Buddhism. This remarkable flower grows in ponds and must navigate through murky water to bloom and eventually reach the surface. Despite its roots being in the muddiest waters, the lotus produces the most beautiful blossoms. The lotus is often featured in Buddhist art and scriptures. The Buddha is frequently depicted sitting atop a large lotus flower. According to legend, when the Buddha was born, lotuses sprang up in his footsteps. Symbolically, the lotus represents the purity of body, speech, and mind, the 3 generators of karma. Since the lotus blooms in muddy water, it symbolizes the purity of nirvana and the awakened state of mind emerging from the suffering of samsara. The lotus flower has long been revered in Asia for its close resemblance to the human condition. 4. The Treasure Vase. The Treasure Vase, also known as the Vase of Inexhaustible Treasures, is a round vessel with a short, slender neck, sometimes adorned with a precious gem. It is designed in the shape of a kumbha, a traditional Indian clay pot used for water. The treasure vase is an ancient traditional object that originated in India. It was believed to have the power to bring robust health, happiness, wealth, and abundance. No matter how much was taken from it, the vase always remained full. In Buddhism, the treasure vase symbolizes the wealth and abundance of the teachings passed down to us by the Buddha. It also represents the idea that no matter how much compassion and care we extend to others, the Buddha's teachings will remain plentiful, filling our hearts and minds. 5. 2 golden fish. The two golden fish symbolize spiritual happiness and freedom. They consist of a male and a female fish, depicted standing vertically with their heads turned towards each other. In Asia, the carp used in this symbol are praised for their elegance, beauty, and longevity. This ancient pre-Buddhist symbol originally appeared as a representation of the two sacred life-giving rivers of India, the Ganges and Yamuna, which help civilizations thrive along their fertile banks. In Buddhism, the golden fish embody several meanings. Firstly, they represent happiness, as they enjoy complete freedom in the water. Secondly, they symbolize fertility and abundance, given their rapid reproduction. Thirdly, they represent living in a state of fearlessness, free from the threat of drowning in the ocean of dukkha, or suffering. 6. The umbrella. The white umbrella symbolizes the teachings of the Buddha, offering protection from the three poisons: anger, desire, and ignorance. The traditional Buddhist umbrella, chata, is crafted from a long sandalwood pole, adorned with a small golden lotus, a vase, and a precious gem. The rim of the umbrella is decorated with peacock feathers, hanging chains with jewels, and other ornaments. The Buddhist umbrella is a traditional Indian symbol, originally used by royal families for protection against the scorching sun. In Buddhism, the umbrella represents the Dharma, which shields practitioners from suffering, desires, anger, and ignorance. The dome of the umbrella symbolizes wisdom, while the hanging skirt represents compassion. Together, they embody the union of wisdom and compassion. 7. The Conch Shell. The conch shell is a symbol of the spread of the Buddha's Dharma. Typically, a white conch shell is depicted vertically with a silk ribbon around it. Conch shells have long been used as horn trumpets. In ancient Indian legends, each hero possessed a powerful white conch shell with a unique name and abilities. In Buddhism, the conch shell symbolizes the fearlessness to teach the truth of the Dharma, to awaken, and to work for the benefit of others. It also represents the dissemination of the Buddha's teachings, which spread in all directions like the sound of a horn. In both Buddhism and Hinduism, the conch shell is associated with truthful speech and vital energy. 8. The Victory Banner. The Victory Banner, known in Sanskrit as Dvaja, means flag, banner, or sign. Traditionally, the Victory Banner is a tubular flag mounted on a long wooden pole. At the top of the banner, there is a small white umbrella crowned with a precious gem. Originally, the Victory Banner was a military standard used in ancient Indian wars, displaying the armories or emblems of each clan. Early Buddhists adopted the Victory Banner as a symbol of the Buddha's awakening and the triumph of knowledge over ignorance. It also represents the Buddha's victory over delusions such as anger, fear, desire, greed, and pride. We hope this video has inspired you and provided you with new insights into Buddhist symbols. May they become a source of wisdom and strength for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Share your thoughts on Buddhist symbols and how they can help you in life. Your likes and comments help us create even more interesting and useful videos. Share this video with your friends so they too can learn about the wisdom of Buddhist symbols. Thank you for joining us today. We wish you harmony and enlightenment on your journey. See you again on our channel.